So tell me a little bit about you. Where are you from? What's your background, professional
Okay,
background,
so
please?
I am originally Greek. I was born in Germany.
Mm-hmm.
I grew up in Athens. I've been working in fashion since I was 14 years old. I was a champion swimmer and I concluded my studies while I was working. When I was 25, I moved to London after having a very successful career in Greece as a fashion director. And then in London, I worked with Isabella Blow for 3 years as her personal assistant. And then
Oh,
eventually, I branched on my own to do a styling and fashion editor career until 2003 when I returned back to Greece to make more money and to live a more comfortable life. Going back to Greece, the good thing was that I started experimenting a little bit with photography. I decided that I wanted to slowly stop doing styling and progress more to the fashion design. So in 2010, I launched my menswear brand called Conquistador Menswear.
mm-hmm.
On the same time, I wrapped my career as a stylist.
Mm-hmm.
I opened a creative agency called Menswear Consulting, where I consult and I do branding for various clients. And also, I took on photography, where I predominantly photograph on a commercial level.
Okay.
And in 2000, and also, I forgot, I do also costume design. So in 2011, I was offered to do costumes for a contemporary dance
Mm-hmm.
performance. And that started kind of a new career path for me, simultaneously with my photography, my branding, and then on the same year, an offer from Polymoda to work as a teacher and a lecturer there, where I stayed for 3 years. And then 2 years ago, I moved to Paris to live and work at IFA Paris.
Okay.
So eventually, what I do is creative, omni-channel branding and communication.
Okay. All right. So, what would you get? What kind of advice would you give to a student like us who's going to work within
Mhm.
a year or something? Is what's the traps for in the fashion industry? What's the good path? What's your opinion about it? What you know? It's very broad, but at the same time, what would you say?
Well, the thing is this: there is this notion that fashion is very easy and it's a lot of hype and a lot of fun and a lot of laughs, and that's absolutely not true. It's a very hard business,
Mm-hmm.
especially now that we have. I mean, on the one part, it's very good that fashion is so popular and everybody wants to be part of it. On the second part, you got too many freeloaders and people with not specific talents trying to gain access and taking sometimes the spots from really talented people that they
Mm-hmm.
might be by nature a little bit more shy or they might need their time to flourish. On the contrary of that, obviously compared to when I was starting, today you have endless possibilities to work in fashion in every level you want. You know, you
Mm-hmm.
can even make a business with no money. Something that you can do crowdfunding, you can find the money. You know, you can do marketing with no money. There are so many opportunities that didn't exist when I was growing up. But what I would say is, as with every profession, you need to be really passionate about it. If you don't love it truly and you just do it because of the hype and because it makes you more popular to your friends and your
Mm-hmm.
Instagram, better drop it. There is no point because you're gonna have a little bit of fun for a year and then the fall is gonna be heartbreaking. So you
Mm-hmm.
need to be passionate, you need to know about what is fashion, especially today that is so multi-leveled and so multicultural. You need to know history of fashion. You need to understand what is photography and why photography really generates so much interest and fascinations with people. You need to understand brand identity. You need to be able to build a brand and not build a hype around the brand. And truly be curious all the time. You need to be curious all the time. I think the school gives you a first push, an introduction to what fashion industry is all about, but eventually you need to be curious by yourself to figure out what is unique about you and your services so you can, get along in the business faster and more successfully compared to your peers because you need to have this extra little something that is an extension of your personality. I believe I don't think that I'm the most talented person on the planet, but I'm very curious. And the reason that I was able to do all these different careers, parallel careers in my life, I did because I was curious. I was always looking forward to do things. I'm still curious. Sometimes it's a little bit of a problem for me because I cannot realize that I turned 46. I still have the enthusiasm and the curiosity of a 20-year-old. And I think this has really allowed me
Mm-hmm.
to explore a lot of different options within this very fascinating profession, which is working in fashion.
Okay. Well,